Start. Dear boys and girls, happy Diwali or Deepavali to all of you. And today's topic is not writing skill, that is formal letter. I was going on with formal letters, but I have watched that many of my students are writing bad English because they don't know how to use idioms in their sentences. And what are idioms? The question may automatically rise in your mind. What is idioms? Idioms are a group of words, the literal meaning of which is quite different from its inner meaning. Okay? So there is a difference between the inner meaning and its literal meaning. It may be called a proverb also or a saying too. That is probochan ba probad. I am using bilingual method today because idioms are such things that you will have to understand its Bengali meaning too. Otherwise, you will not be able to use them in your own sentences. And what are the functions of idioms? Idioms can express your thoughts, your language, etc., in a very polished manner. Then, what is the difference between phrase and idiom? A phrase is also a group of words without having a finite verb, but idiom is also a group of words, but it has another meaning apart from its literal meaning. এর আক্ষরিক অর্থ ছাড়াও এর একটা নিজস্ব অর্থ আছে, এটা খানিকটা প্রবচনের মতো। I have arranged for you today 20 idioms from A, chapter A, 20 idioms. Next day, I shall give you more idioms. For example, I am giving you first idiom, that is armed to the teeth. First idiom. Please write down armed to the teeth. It means a person is well equipped with all sorts of weapons to fight against somebody. Armed to the teeth. So it is an idiom which means a man is well equipped with all sorts of weapons to fight against somebody. For example, I am making a sentence with it. The person should not be considered as weak. Should not be considered as weak because he is armed to the teeth. That means he should not be considered as weak. তাকে দুর্বল বলে ভাবলে উচিত হবে না, কারণটা কি? কারণটা হচ্ছে যে তার সমস্ত ওয়েপন্স, সমস্ত অস্ত্রশস্ত্র তার হাতে এখন আছে। ওকে, নাও I am giving you more examples so that you can understand the meanings of them and you can use them in your own sentences so that your sentences may be polished, so that you can make them or make very beautiful sentences. Okay, now I am giving you another example at present. For example, it's a very common idiom and it is used very commonly, but it is uncommon to them who do not know their meaning. It has been taken from Greek legend. For example, Achilles' heels. Number 2, Achilles as heels. Achilles is a great fighter, and Achilles was a great fighter in Greek mythology, and all his powers were stored in his heels. So Achilles' heels. Sorry, just wait a minute. Maybe HWLS. Sorry, here is a spelling mistake. Achilles' heel or Achilles' heels. Actually, Achilles is a Greek mythological character whose power was stored in his heels. So Achilles' heels means, for example, I am writing a sentence. All his power is in his brain, which may be called Achilles' heels. Achilles' heels. So what do I mean? All his power is in his brain. তার সমস্ত ক্ষমতা তার মস্তিষ্কের মধ্যে নিহিত আছে। যে মস্তিষ্কটাকে বলা যেতে পারে অ্যাকিলিসেস হিলস, অ্যাকিলিসের গোড়ালি। ক্লিয়ার? সো it may be said in another way, in different ways sentence may be constructed. However, Achilles' heels means the point in which all his power is stored, যেখানে তার সমস্ত শক্তি নিহিত আছে। I am teaching you today in bilingual method. Number 3, for example, above all. The Bengali meaning of which is সর্বোপরি, above all. It is also an idiom. It means most important of all. Most important of all. Clear? For example, I am writing a sentence. He is a benevolent person. He is a benevolent person, and above all, he is a social reformer. He is a social reformer. So what is the meaning of the sentence? He is a benevolent person. Benevolent means magnanimous or having magnanimity. যার মধ্যে মহানুভবতা আছে, that is philanthropic person, মানবদরদী মানুষ, broad minded or kind hearted. Whatever may be, he is a benevolent person. খুব মানবদরদী মানুষ, উদার মনস্ক মানুষ। And above all, এবং সর্বোপরি, that is the most important of all, it is the idiomatic expression. Remember it. Remember it. It is also the idiomatic expression. And above all, he is a social reformer. তিনি একজন সমাজসেবীও বটে। সর্বোপরি, that means the most important of all. Now come to the fourth idiomatic expression. For example, A to B. A to B. What is the meaning of A to B? From one place to another. From one place to another. এক স্থান থেকে অন্য জায়গায়। But we will have to make a sentence of our own. Just I am dealing with A only. I am not going to the chapter B. Okay? A to B. That means from one place to another. For example, I am writing a sentence. I own an old car, but I can travel by it from A to B. But I can travel by it from A to B. from A to B. Clear? So, A to B is an idiomatic expression. Okay? A to B. That means from one place to another. I have an old car. আমার একটা পুরনো গাড়ি আছে. But there is no difficulty to travel in it from A to B. That means I can travel by it from A to B. It is also an idiomatic expression. So I have noted down. Just you may collect these idiomatic expressions. So far as my memory is concerned, I have noted them down, and I am giving you all these idiomatic expressions so that you can write your sentences very beautifully by using your idiomatic expressions. And in our days, our teachers encouraged us to use idioms in the sentences. Clear? Number 5, Adam's apple. Adam's apple. Adam's apple. That means the front of the neck. That is the front portion of a human being. Adam's apple. You have seen that it is also a mythological story. You know the name of Adam. You see that, and just a bite was given by Adam from an apple. That is the front part of the apple. So it is called Adam's apple. Clear? So I shall have to give you a sentence. Adam's apple. That is the front of the neck. Front of the neck. The front portion of a human body. মানুষের সামনের দিকটা. For example, I am writing a sentence. You can see Adam's apple. You can see Adam's apple of the man. Adam's apple of the man, but he is not so. He is not so. Clear? What do I mean? আমি কি মানে করতে যাচ্ছি? একটা লোককে তুমি দেখছো, you can see a man. But what do you see? You can see the Adam's apple of the man. So, you will have to say, what you see is an Adam's apple. তুমি যা দেখছো সেটা হচ্ছে মানুষের সামনাসামনি দেখছো, কিন্তু তার পিছনে কি আছে, কি লুকানো আছে সেটা তুমি দেখতে পাচ্ছ না. You can see Adam's apple of the man, but he is not so. কিন্তু সে কিন্তু সেরকমটি নয়. He is a different person. Adam's apple. Clear? Now, I am writing another sentence. Sentence number 7. Idiom number 7. For example, add fuel to the fire. Add fuel to the fire. Clear? It is also an idiom. Add fuel to the fire. আগুনে ঘৃতা হতে দেওয়া. আগুনে ঘি ঢেলে দেওয়া। মানুষটা রেগে আছে, তাকে আবার উস্কানিমূলক কিছু কথা বলা। দ্যাট মিন্স অ্যাডিং ফুয়েল টু দ্য ফায়ার। সো ইট হ্যাজ এ লিটারাল মিনিং, বাট ইট হ্যাজ ডিফারেন্ট মিনিং। ক্লিয়ার? What I want to say that idiom is an expression or a group of words having quite a different meaning from the literal meaning. আক্ষরিক অর্থ থেকে তার নিজস্ব অর্থ থেকে তার একটা অন্তর্নিহিত অর্থ আছে, ইনার মিনিং আছে। ক্লিয়ার? এটাই আমি বলতে চাই। নাও অ্যাড ফুয়েল টু দ্য ফায়ার। ফর এক্সাম্পল, my grandfather is angry today. My grandfather is angry today, but you should not add fuel to the fire. Add fuel to the fire. I am explaining the sentence. I am constructing the sentences in such a manner that the meaning is explicit. That means in UPSC exam, in WBCS exam, and in any competitive exam, if you are asked to use idioms, sentences should be written in such a manner that the meaning must be explicit. সেন্টেন্সগুলো এমনভাবে বানাতে হবে যাতে মানেটা ক্লিয়ার কাট হইতে বেরিয়ে আসে। ক্লিয়ার? আমি যেটা বলছি, add fuel to the fire. My grandfather is angry today. আমার ঠাকুরদা আজকে খুব রাগী আছেন, রেগে আছেন। বাট ইউ শুড নট অ্যাড ফুয়েল টু দ্য ফায়ার। কিন্তু তোমার আজকের দিনটাতে অন্তত আগুনে ঘি ঢালাটা ঠিক হবে না। কেমন? অর্থাৎ তাকে এই কথাটা জানানো তোমার উচিত হবে না। এটা বলা মানে আগুনে ঘি ঢেলে দেওয়া। ক্লিয়ার? নাম্বার 7। নাম্বার 8, ado. Ado is a single word and it is adverbial idiom. It is called adverbial idiom. Clear? Adverbial idiom, ado. You have heard the name much ado about nothing. Shakespeare's play. Clear? Ado. Ado means immediately. Immediately. এক্ষুনি তোমাকে যে কাজটা করতে হবে, that is ado. It is idiom, but adverbial idiom. Its function is adverb. For example, you must complete this chapter ado. Clear? Ado means immediately. Or I am writing another sentence. Ado after his completion of study, Ado after his completion of study, he went out of his country. Clear? That means immediately after his completion of study, তার পড়াশোনা শেষ হওয়ার সাথে সাথেই, here ado means immediately. It is a very important idiom. Immediately after his completion of study, he went out of his country. Clear? Number 9, I shall give you 10 examples today, and serially I shall be giving idioms. Then I shall give you the appropriate prepositions, etc. And I will also do writing skills occasionally. Clear? Next is all along. That means all the time. All along. All along is also an idiomatic expression. Clear? Suppose you are writing a sentence. All along his life, all along his life, he served the impoverished class. Impoverished class. Clear? All along his life, that means throughout the life. Sara জীবন ব্যাপী. All along his life means throughout his life. All the time, he served the impoverished class. Impoverished means those who have been made poor. যারা দরিদ্রে রূপান্তরিত হয়েছে, সেই দরিদ্র ক্লাসকে সেবা করে তিনি কাটিয়েছেন তার জীবনটা। All along his life. Okay? Next, I want to say amok. Number 10, amok. I am giving you some uncommon idiomatic expressions. That is ado, amok, etc. All these are very uncommon. Amok means to rush about in a state of wild and anger excitement. Wild and anger excitement. That means দৌড়ে যাওয়া, চরম উত্তেজনা নিয়ে, চরম রাগ নিয়ে, চরম ঘৃণা নিয়ে। That is called amok. It is also an adverbial or adverb idiomatic expression. For example, on hearing the news, of his father's humiliation, comma, he rushed to the spot amok. That means with extreme anger, with extreme hatred, and with extreme excitement. With extreme excitement, with extreme hatred, and with extreme anger. On hearing the news of his father's humiliation, তার বাবার অপমানের কথা শুনে, he rushed to the spot, সে দৌড়ে গেল সেই ঘটনাস্থলে, amok. Amok means very angrily, very bitterly, with extreme excitement, with extreme anger, hatred, etc. So, Let me complete today's lecture because it is becoming lengthy, and I advise all of you that all these idiomatic expressions will not be available in your days because I am recollecting from my memory, from my childhood's memory, from my school days memory. I am recollecting, I am giving you, trying to give you. And serially I shall give you idiomatic expressions. And in the meantime, I shall do some writing skills for you. But don't neglect my labor for you, because what I expect from you is your subscription. That is, you must subscribe my channel if you like it. If you find any sort of content in it, please subscribe my channel, please like it, please share it. I should not request again and again. You must do your duty. Good night. Good night to all.